This video is designed to give you the assignment for today that we'd like you to work on, but it also can be used as a review of ease. There may be times this year where Mr. Lozier and myself say to you, listen, we need to brush up on ease. I want you to watch the ease video. And this is the video that we are referring to. So what I'm going to do is give you a brief overview of the ease process and then show you the assignment for today. Ease, EASE, is the short answer strategy that we use in middle school. It's an acronym. Each letter stands for something. And when I say we use this in all of middle school, when you go to 7th grade next year, Mrs. Hamilton is going to expect you to know how to use ease. It's a big part of our 6th grade curriculum. So let's start by taking you through the ease process. The first E stands for echo, and I'm just going to read this and I want you to follow along. Echo the question by using the parts of the question that will get your answer headed in the right direction. And anytime at the beginning of the year you do an echo, we're going to have you highlight your echo in orange. So echoing is using, I'm looking at my question, I'm seeing what words I can use in my question that will get me started with a complete sentence answer. The A stands for answer the question in your own words. Notice how this is bold and capitalized, all caps, in your own words. Before you can use anything from the book, you must have an answer in your own words. Your answer finishes your echo, and there is usually one additional sentence that makes your answer clear. Your answer is also known as your claim. And for the purposes when we are using a doc, we're going to highlight your answer in your own words in yellow. Again, it must be in your own words, your own thoughts, just like you're having a conversation with somebody and you're just giving them what you think the answer is. Now, once you have an answer in your own words, then you have to support that answer using evidence from the text. Here is where you copy the part of the text word for word, word for word. Same capital letters, same punctuation. And you have to copy word for word the words that support your answer. You always start your support with on page, and instead of blank, you would put the page number. It states, comma, quotation mark. Then in that space, you copy word for word the part of the text you're using. You end with a period or whatever the end punctuation is, and then you have to close the quotation mark. We're going to have you highlight your support in green. The last thing you have to do is explain how your answer and your support are connected. You cannot end an answer in somebody else's words. If you ended your answer after your quote, that means you're finishing your answer in somebody else's words. We don't want to end in somebody else's words. We want to end in our own words. So that's why we have the explain. You have to show how these two parts, your answer and your support, are connected. Okay? You start your explain with the phrase, this quote shows. And we're going to have you highlight your explain in light blue. So I'm going to show you a model of an ease response using the highlighted areas in the proper colors. So it says, here is a model of an ease response to a question. Question, whose conversation does Percy overhear? What are they discussing? Yesterday we read chapter 2 in The Lightning Thief. So here's a question from chapter 2. Whose conversation does Percy overhear? What are they discussing? So let's see if I can scroll so I can get all my colors here. The conversation Percy overhears is between Grover and Mr. Brunner. They are discussing keeping Percy safe. Percy is shocked that his teacher and his best friend are talking about him, and he is wondering why they think he is in danger. On page 21, it states, I wanted to believe I'd imagined the whole thing. But one thing was clear. Grover and Mr. Brunner were talking about me behind my back. They thought I was in some kind of danger. This quote shows that Percy is starting to realize Grover and Mr. Brunner aren't who they thought they were. Let's change this. Aren't who he thought they were. Now I'm going to highlight my echo in orange. Well, this was a two-part question, so I really have a two-part echo. The conversation that Percy overhears is, so I'm going to go up here, highlight this in orange. And then over here, what are they discussing? They are discussing, I'm going to highlight that, highlight orange. My answer in my own words. So the first part of the question, the conversation Percy overhears, is between Grover and Mr. Brunner. Those are my words. So I'm going to highlight those in yellow. What are they discussing? They are discussing keeping Percy safe. Percy is shocked that his teacher and best friend are talking about him, and he is wondering why they think he is in danger. Those are my words. That's my thoughts. That's in yellow. Now that I have my thoughts, I went back, I go into the story, and I find support. On page 21, it states, I wanted to believe, I'd imagined the whole thing, but one thing was clear. Grover and Mr. Brunner were talking about me behind my back. They thought I was in some kind of danger. That is going to be green. Those are the text words that I copied word for word that support my response. And I have to end in my own words by connecting my answer to my quote. This quote shows that Percy is starting to realize Grover and Mr. Brunner aren't who they thought they were. That's my thought. I connected these two parts. That's going to be light blue. That is an ease answer. At any point, you can stop, replay something if you don't understand it. I know I'm going a little fast, but I'm giving you a model that you can watch again and again. So here's what you do on your own. Here are two questions from chapter 2. The directions are complete the two questions below using, good thing I'm doing this because I'm helping you proofread the document. Complete the two questions below using ease, then highlight each part of ease as was demonstrated in the model above. Here are the two questions you have to answer. What news does the headmaster of Yancey Academy send to Percy's mom? How do Percy and Grover travel back to New York City? So you have to use this process of ease. What I would do is I would write the answer, then I would go back and highlight. If you feel like you could highlight as you go, I guess that's more of a personal choice. But your answer, when is done, should have orange at the beginning, yellow at the beginning, green in the middle, light blue at the end. All right. Good luck.